So Matt Lillard is out there criticizing Hollywood's approach to casting voice actors, and it is kind of ironic because Matt Lillard started out as a traditional actor before he got into voice acting.
Yes, that's what I thought was funny, and people are calling it out. They're like, dude, you know, kind of like you were an actor. What the heck?
Yeah, it's a little weird, but he is primarily known as a voice and character actor now. Now, here's the thing, though. I actually do agree with him. I think his intention is correct that they are focusing too much on celebrity voices and cartoons, and then what happens is all you hear is the celebrity voice. You're not hearing the character. Chris Pratt.
Sorry, basically Chris Pratt's Garfield. It's always the characters, not Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is Mario, which sounds like Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt's Garfield, which sounds like Chris Pratt. It's like you're more about the actor behind it and him sounding like himself, and not the characters being themselves. Like, so he's not completely wrong. It's just that the irony is not lost on people.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference with voice actors versus like traditional. What do we call them? Face actors? I don't know.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Oh, is that what they call them? Okay.
I know at Disney they call them like the face actors.
Well, I think the difference between somebody who's a dedicated voice actor and a face actor is that they more or less become the character. Like they come up with a voice to suit the character, whereas a celebrity, that's all you can hear is that celebrity's voice. Mm-hmm. They're not, like, a lot of times they're not even really trying so much. It's just like, oh, we brought this celebrity in and this celebrity needs to sound like this celebrity because that's what we paid for. If the celebrity sounds like somebody else, people are gonna be like, hey, where's Chris Pratt? I need Garfield to sound like Chris Pratt.
But it kind of is off-putting because it's like Mario doesn't sound like Mario. He sounds like Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt doing the Mario impression. Yeah. Yes. And look, I'm not saying it's always bad, but I blame DreamWorks for this. I think DreamWorks started doing this really before Disney did. Disney did have some celebrities doing voices. They did.
Hunchback and all that. They kind of went all in on that around there. They had
late
been
90s.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah, before that, though, they would try to match up, I think, the voice actors with the roles better. And sometimes they were actors you've heard of, but they weren't like major stars. Now it's like, which A-lister can do a cartoon voice? And for the A-lister, they're getting paid the big bucks. They probably only have to work like 2 days in a sound booth. They're getting and then they're probably getting royalties and stuff off these movies too. But it does push out traditional voice actors, but it's not gonna matter anyway because AI is here. So
yeah,
but he's not wrong, but it is ironic coming from him. So let's talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So go out to more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. This article here talks about Cartoon Network dying. Well, maybe if they had more non-celebrity voices, they would be fine. You can also check out our podcast at iTunes and Spotify, iHeartRadio, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So Matt Lillard criticized the industry for prioritizing celebrities over voice actors, according to TuneHive. The ability to carry a film as the lead of a film with only a voice is a power very few people have. The idea that they keep hiring crappy celebrities to carry huge films is killing us.
It's killing us. But then people are like, but dude,
well, yeah. So how he got the role of Shaggy is he played Shaggy in live action.
Yeah, but he did a good job.
He did a great job.
And I like Matthew Lillard. I think he's mostly a really, really cool person. And everything I've heard is he's really great with people at conventions and stuff. I just think it's kind of ironic.
It is kind of ironic. Then he took over for Casey Kasem when he was unable to do Shaggy, and then unfortunately Casey Kasem passed. But yeah, I think Matt Lillard is a great Shaggy. He gets it. He actually becomes Shaggy, though. I think that's the difference is like you hear his voice and it's like he is trying to be respectful of the character. His live action Shaggy was him becoming Shaggy, not Matthew Lillard in a Shaggy outfit or whatever. It was like
he embodied the character, which is what you're supposed to do. And then when you hear Chris Pratt voicing Mario, it's like he's voicing it as himself, not as, the character.
Yeah, but he has branched out into other voice acting roles. So that's mostly what he's doing now, I guess. But they said he's done projects like Batman, the Brave and the Bold, which is very, very good, by the way, and you should check it out on Tubi if you get the chance. Very underrated show. Teen Titans Go and Supernatural. Between that and other projects, voice acting serves as a key aspect of his resume. However, he doesn't think that means every actor should automatically qualify as a voice actor without proving themselves. So this was
It is a different skill set. It truly is.
It is. I will give him that. And it's so weird because we just had this conversation last night. We're watching The Floor, and one of the topics on the floor was voice actors. And I remember saying to you guys, I'm like, it's all celebrities.
It was all the celebrity voice actors for different characters. It was.
Yeah, so they'd flash character up and you'd say who the voice actor was, but they were all celebrities. Like you didn't see a Frank Welker or anything like that up there, right? But this is during a panel, and this gets people into trouble when they do these panels because people videotape this stuff now that they never used to. And then sometimes these conversations come back to bite them in the ass later because they write articles about it. But he says, I want to say that I think Hollywood has made a huge mistake by hiring actors that are not able to carry a part with their voice. As an actor, you have full function, your face, your body, you have all these things that you can play when you're on the screen. But as a voice actor, they only have their voice to work. The ability to carry a film as the lead of a film with only a voice is a power very few people have. And the idea that they keep hiring crappy celebrities to carry huge films is killing us.
I don't disagree with him, though. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's really not wrong.
He was one of the Scooby actors to find out that he was effectively fired in the trades. I remember when they did the Scoob movie. It was like him and Mindy Cohn. They found out that they weren't in it. And they're like, what the hell, Grey Delisle? They're like, why are they doing the Scooby movie? And they didn't cast us in it because they weren't big enough celebrities.
Well, that's just it. They keep trying to go for these big celebrities, but this is big celebrities don't necessarily fit the characters because you need the voice actors. Either your voice is what embodies that character, or you change your voice to come up with a voice to embody that character. But like a lot of these actors, you know, where they can become a character on screen, then just doing the regular voice for a character doesn't necessarily work.
Yeah. And he is right in the fact that you have to carry that character based on the voice. Because even like going back to the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, people remember those voices, but the animation in a lot of cases was very stilted and but they always remember the voice. I think the voice actually did more work in some cases than the artwork did. You know, because you could have a character with very limited motion, but the voice is really good. And, you know, Space Ghost was, you know, Space Ghost and all that. You'd kind of look past it, I think.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, there are people that straddle both lines between on-camera voice acting like Clancy Brown, Ron Perlman, and J.K. Simmons. Then you have dedicated voice actors like Tom Kenny, Tara Strong, Billy West, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, he definitely made the leap. And I don't think he's really throwing shade so much at traditional actors as he is like, look, just putting a celebrity in a movie.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to make them that character. Yeah. That ain't it, man. It's like something Shaggy would say. But it was funny because people were like, wait, dude, you were a Hollywood actor. But what he's saying is valid, I think.
Well, it's funny because the whole thread has become about Chris Pratt.
I think that's who he's referring to. Let's be honest. I do think that he didn't say that. He never said Chris Pratt. But that's who all of us are thinking of immediately.
Yeah, because people were kind of like, yeah, Chris Pratt kind of cut to the front of the line, didn't he? Because it wasn't like people were like, wait, he's gonna be Mario. It's like, well, okay, I guess. Oh, Andy's gonna be Garfield. Wait a minute, Andy was in the Lego movie.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
He did a good job in the Lego movie, and he did. And now he's just kind of phoning it in, like, you know, back then, because back then he wasn't as big as he is now. So I mean, he was bigger, but he was doing more TV shows, and he was starting to cross over into movies more and more. But you know, I think he gave it more of an effort. Now it's just like, yeah.
It made sense for him to be in the Lego movie because he was playing an everyman character, right?
Right.
But like Garfield has such an iconic voice, and like everybody forgot that movie existed already. The new Garfield movie. I've not watched it. I have no desire to watch it. But Bill Murray actually did a pretty decent job.
Well, he nailed it. But like that's the difference. You know, he was trying to embody Garfield, not make Garfield embody his voice. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bill Murray basically is Garfield, and that's weird because Lorenzo Music played Bill Murray in the Ghostbusters cartoon, and he also was Garfield.
Yes.
So it's so weird, you know. So it wasn't much of a leap, but yeah, Chris Pratt for everything, man. I was thinking about we went to go see The Mandalorian and Grogu, and Rod of the Hutt. I just kept thinking it sounded like Seth Rogen. I thought it was Seth Rogen. And there was like a whole thread. I saw a bunch of people attacking his Donkey Kong. They're like, God, Donkey Kong's such a cool character. Why'd you have to get Seth Rogen to do his voice?
Well, that's just it. They're just trying to put these people in there that doesn't necessarily fit. And I'm sorry. Well, you could honestly, Rod of the Hutt was stupid to have in the movie anyway. But, you know. And they go, oh, he's a sexy Rod of the Hutt. How the flip do you make a flipping slug sexy? Seriously.
He's a sexy slug.
He looks like a piece of shit with corn like stuck in it. And that's why he's got abs. They're actually like corn, you know, under the skin.
The great mighty Pooh.
It's like, come on.
Oh my God. That's, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think he's right. I just think it's kind of funny. Like he's saying the quiet part.
I mean, people are pointing out that's like, they're like, is this hypocritical? But I think he's got the valid point where he's like, some people can do both, but they are completely different forms of acting. And just because you're a famous celebrity, an A-lister, does not mean that you can translate that into, you know, that you can pull off the character, especially characters that have iconic voices like Mario and Garfield.
So we're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.